Tune into Nice Radio every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for A View from the Outside, hosted by Brereton Horne. A View from the Outside takes a look at key issues affecting St. Vincent and the Grenadines and gives a global perspective on how these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear A View from the Outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on Nice Radio for A View from the Outside.
This society needs a spectacle. It might help us to see some evil. This society needs a spectacle.
On A View from the Outside this week being the 29th of July 2023, we look at speculations and innuendos. Following the mass shooting of 5 Vincentians on the streets of Kingstown, the capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, on the 19th of July 2023, when Vincentians and others at home in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and further afield wanted and still want to hear something concrete, something definitive from the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security of the country. They were greeted with speculations and innuendos. In a time of such crisis in the country, when such an unprecedented phenomenon happened, people want sound and decisive leadership, not jumbled and confused messages coming from the leadership of the security forces of the country. People expected the Prime Minister to cut short his visit and return home so that he could lead. Instead of that, people were greeted with social media postings of the Prime Minister spouting speculations and innuendos. He spoke of political operatives whom he said were not connected to his political party, who were operating in the country. Of course, he was insinuating that those political operatives were connected to another political party, obviously a party in opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He seemingly tried to make a link with such operatives and the mass murder. He also seemingly tried to make a link with the Cubans who were attacked in the country and the operatives, as he put it. He also tried to make a link of a business establishment, which by all reports was ordered to be destroyed by government personnel. And he tried to make a link of the destruction of that business establishment with political operatives. He then went on to say that he was not speaking definitively, but that he was putting it out there for the consideration of the public. What a cheek! It is totally unacceptable that Vincentians are continually treated in such a disrespectful and unashamed way, and especially at the gravest of times in the country. A Prime Minister who has been ruling the country for almost 25 years is expected to be definitive and offer the people much more than speculations and innuendos. In all those almost 25 years, many have said that he has failed miserably to deal with the year-on-year escalation in crime, serious crimes, heinous crimes in the country. In all that time, Many have said that he failed to positively engage the minds of young people, particularly young men who tend to be the victims of the shootings which are happening in the country. The crime epidemic is completely out of control in the country, and it is said that he has failed to get a handle on it. It begs the question, why is it so? Why has he failed? The people want to know who are involved in the mass shooting of Vincentian young men. The people want to know who are involved in the shootings that are happening throughout the country. If ever there's a time when Vincentians and others want their Prime Minister and Minister of National Security to speak definitively, to be definitive, that time is now. Stop, and this is to the Prime Minister, stop stoking with your speculations and innuendos. Be definitive. Enlighten the nation. Do not throw red herrings to divide and scare the people or to create mass hysteria. You are the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security. The people expect decisiveness from you. The people expect a security force which does not scare them with published reports about reprisals. The people expect arrests and successful prosecution of the crimes which have infested St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Rather than spouting speculations and innuendos, the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, and the rest of his government are strongly advised not to sit idly by and watch the continuing slaughter of Vincentians. Until next week, this is Brereton Horne with a view from the outside, with a reminder to send your feedback as usual to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. You can also get us on Facebook at A View from the Outside and on YouTube at A View from the Outside. Have a pleasant Saturday, have a wonderful Sunday, and have a productive week ahead.